July 21st, today's quote is called, "Pain is where the light enters." And this is a quote from Rumi, who was a Sufi poet. "The wound is the place where the light enters you." In other words, what he's saying is something I think we're all aware of, that often in life there are lessons we'll never learn unless we suffer. And so wounds become the place from which we learn sometimes our greatest lessons. And so the pain becomes the source of our enlightenment. And nobody obviously wants pain. But when most people reflect on their life and they look back at what they've been through, they realize that some of the most painful situations were the most edifying, most strengthening. Oftentimes people will say it was necessary. It was something that I had to go through to learn certain things which I could have never learned before. And, you know, in some sense you might say, well, if Krishna loves us, why would he do that? But he does it because that may be, in some cases, the only way we can learn. Of course, Krishna's teaching us in the Bhagavad Gita, but we don't, sometimes the understanding we have, it's totally intellectual. And it's only when we go through a certain experience of what that teaching is that we actually understand it. And I'm sure you've had that experience where you've gone through something in your life. You say, now I understand what Krishna was saying, or now I understand what Prabhupada was saying. I thought I understood, but I really didn't. And after going through this experience, now I understand it. And so that's Krishna's mercy. And if we can see the pain in that way, we'll appreciate that often it's the pain that brings us closer to Krishna. It's often during those times of pain where we chant our best rounds. It's often when we're in distress that we pray the most, that we feel the closest to Krishna. So in that sense, you could say the pain is actually your greatest pleasure. If it's bringing you closer to Krishna, then anything that brings you closer to Krishna, you'd have to see as something pleasurable, isn't it? So that's the idea. So Rumi was right when he said sometimes the wound is where the light comes. Nice saying.